It's that time of the week again where it's a new episode of the Peak Signing Agents podcast with me, Derek Van Otten. You can call me DVO, and I'm proud to be back with you one more time. Now, this past weekend was a pretty busy weekend for me. It was Saturday, and I personally did 3 closings on a Saturday morning and afternoon. And in between that, I also hosted the Loan Signing Systems one-on-one coaching. If you're not familiar with what that is where me and successful notary signing agents and some signing service owners are hosting one-on-one coachings where you can ask us anything to help you grow your business. And this past weekend, I hosted it. So it was very fun to be there. But I will say, a lot of people were asking me at the very end about marketing. So if you're curious to know about it and you want to watch the previous recordings, in the description of the YouTube channel and podcast, I do put my affiliate link for the one-on-one coaching. Click on that to know more about it. But like I said, a lot of people are asking me a lot of marketing questions at the end about what I say, what I do, when I should and should not go. Just kind of my opinions about it, and I was happy to share that. But I do want to say this. I wanted to talk about this episode about marketing and the analogy of casting a large and wide net. So think of your marketing strategy and fishing. If you're just fishing with one fishing pole and using one bait and going to the same lake every time, you're going to catch the same fish, or maybe none at all. And so marketing, you can market directly with real estate agents and title companies and mortgage companies and signing services. You can go marketing to all of these places, law firms, different things like that. And wherever you decide to go marketing at, you want to be consistent. You want to throw as many nets as possible because you're trying to catch as many fish as possible. You're trying to catch as many clients as possible, right? If you're only doing one fishing pole with one line and using the same bait, you're probably not going to get as much success. You're probably not going to catch as many fish until you get out in your boat, go out into the lake, and throw a large net to try to get as much fish as you can. Now remember, as you're fishing, you're going to come across things that aren't really edible. Sticks, rocks, some sea creatures that you just can't eat. And so, sorry if this is a poor analogy, but just kind of what comes to my mind. But that's what's going to happen when you're out marketing. You're not going to get all the success you want. You're going to come across maybe title companies that just aren't feeling your vibe, and it just feels awkward. And maybe it's you, maybe it's your approach, maybe it's your sales technique, maybe it's what you're saying, maybe it's them, maybe they just don't like people coming into their office and they're weird about it. I don't know, but that's why you have to keep fishing. Maybe you have to change your bait up. If you're using the same bait and they're used to it and they don't like it, you gotta change up your bait. Maybe it's what you're saying. That's kind of my analogy for bait, is the words you're saying. What are you saying to them? Which is your approach more of, hey, hire me. It's all about me. Hire me. I'm the best. You want to use me. I'm a notary. I'm in your area. Me, 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 me. Is that your approach? Is it all about you? Maybe that's why it's not working so well. Or is your approach more of a servant attitude? I'm here to provide service for you and your clients. How can I help? How can I be of service? Or is that your approach? Are you worried that you're only available part-time? So you're scared to go market because you're not available in the afternoon. Maybe you have a job, or you have to take care of your kids or do things. Well, how's your approach then? Is your approach more of, hey, I'm here for after hours for you? Now, if you're only going to one office a week, you're not going to see the success that you want. If you're only making one phone call to a signing service a week, or you're only sending one email introduction a week, you're not going to get the success that you want. You need to be throwing lots of nets, throwing lots of fishing poles, changing up your bait, and seeing who bites. It's a numbers game. Marketing is purely a numbers game. You need to get the numbers of how many times you're throwing your net out there, or how many times you're making phone calls or emails or making face-to-face introductions to reel in all the fish. Now, some people, I'll give you an example. One gentleman I was talking to in that one-on-one call, he wants to do this full-time. He wants to be a loan signing agent full-time, but he's only 2 years from retirement, and he wants to stick it out for 2 more years. And I told him that's fine. Now is the time to build your reputation as a good signing agent. Start doing the work now and showing that you are a great signing agent for after hours, so that when you're ready to retire and you want to do this more full time, and maybe full time is like 2 or 3 signings a day, then you'll be well off. And so if you think of marketing and think of it as a fishing analogy, and realize it's a numbers game, that the more you're out there talking, the more offices you're visiting, the more signing services you're emailing and calling, the more likelihood you're reeling in the fish. I used to be a fisherman back in my day, so that's why I like using the fishing analogy. But that's how I think of it. It's really a numbers game. When I would go out fishing, we would be out there, and I realized if I had one fishing pole, I could only catch one fish at a time. So I would sometimes use 2 fishing poles. And I would realize if I wasn't catching fish, I needed to change up my bait because they're probably not liking it. So I had to change it up. And that's how I'm looking at marketing. If I'm only going to one office a week or one a month, I'm not going to be bringing in fish. I'm not going to be able to feed the village, feed my family. I need to be consistently going out there and getting business cards, collecting phone numbers, collecting emails for my CRM, following them on social media. So this is what I'm talking about. It's a numbers game, and you have to realize that. You have to realize it's a numbers game. And if you want the game to win in your favor, you have to go get the numbers, meaning contacting lots and lots of places and actually collecting phone numbers, right? To call and make follow-ups with. Now, you can do this with anything. I'm talking signing service. It's okay if you don't want to market direct yet, but you want to sign up with signing services. That's fine. Go contact. I get contacted every day by notaries who want to connect with me and my signing service to work with us. And then I get contacted all the time by people saying, hey, if I'm going to go market, this is what I'm doing. What do you think? Is this a good idea? Was this a good strategy? And so you want to get the numbers, as many numbers as you can. This is a numbers game. If you want it to be in your favor, you want to win the game, it's all about the numbers. How many places, how many people, how many companies are you contacting? Face-to-face, through email, through phone calls. And I will say, I do see a lot of signing agents ask this question where they say, hey, I looked up on Google, I looked up all of the signing services around my area, and there was only so many. I've contacted them all. Just remember that most signing services will be nationwide. So you should contact as many signing services as you can. I actually did a whole episode about a list of 300 signing services. This is in the Loan Signing Systems course. If you are a student, and again, if you're interested in knowing more about it, I do have an affiliate link for that also in the description. When you go through the course, there is a section where you get access to a list of 300 signing services that are nationwide. That means they can be anywhere. I live in Utah, and I have done closings in all 50 states. Okay, I've done closings in all 50 states. I've had clients, my clients have said, hey, help us find a notary in this area. And we have been in every state. We've hired a notary. Every state. Even Alaska, Hawaii. All 50 states, we have hired notaries in every state. So that means you should be contacting every signing service that you can. You should be contacting, if you want to go direct, contact every title company and mortgage company in your area. Be around real estate agents, going to open houses, networking events, wherever you need to do to cast out your pole or net and fish for clients. Your job as a notary is to be on appointments or be getting appointments. So whether you are on appointments because someone has contacted you and you're going to do a signing, even if it's general notary work, or you're trying to get at clients, get business by being out there marketing and networking and doing things you can to get out there, casting a wide net, a large net to catch as many fish as you can to bite, so people contact you, so that you are working, you are providing for your village, providing for your family, providing for yourself, being successful, winning in life, and just being an awesome person that you are, because you are amazing, and don't you forget that. Don't forget you deserve your success. You absolutely do. Go get after it. Talk to you next episode. Bye.